Hello, good morning, this is Rob Koster for CardGameExpert.com and today I'm going to be playing some more Elves. I like playing Elves. I saw that the list got first in a Japanese tournament, so I was like, yep, playing that one. This list is different than what I usually play because there's a Creator of Behemoth in there and there's a Nissa of Shadowed Bows, Burrs, I don't know. Anyway, this is a new Planeswalker, definitely excited to try it out. So that, I collected company, lead the Stampede, Elvis Archdruid, champion. Rest all very, very standard stuff here. But yeah, so we're just trying to go ahead and play an, Heritage Druid into a Creator of Behemoth. That's basically the gist of it. For the sideboard, we have a ton of ley lines. We have Leyline of Vitality, Leyline of the Void, Force of Vigor, Walking Ballista, 2 Necromancia. I've never played this card. I didn't even know it existed, but they're running it, so yeah, I'm gonna try it. Just copying the list for now. And then Abrupt Decay, because, well, yeah, the one piece of interaction has to be enough, right? This is Modern after all. As always, you can rent this deck by using the link in the description down below. You can use the coupon code NuclearRabbit on MANATRADERS. And with that being said, as always, if you want to like, comment and subscribe, that will be great. Really helps me out a lot. And let's get to the games. So for our first match we have 3 lands, Heritage Druid, Dwynen's Elite, Azuri Renegade Leader, Elves Archdruid, and as always, because this is the most common matchup ever, we queue into another Elves deck. So for those of you who don't get the joke, Elves is very rarely played, like it's a small club of people that play it, and I managed to queue into it every single time I play Elves. So anyway, we start off with the exact same opener as they do, and then they play a Dwynen's Elite into a Heritage Druid, tap for mana, and then, well, yeah, I actually just forget to cast anything, so don't know what happened there. They might have had some lag or something. But yeah, we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna play a bunch of Elves off a Heritage Druid, so yeah, Heritage Druid for us into the Dwynen's Elite, and we will also make 3 mana with it, and yeah, we won't forget to play our thingy. So yeah, we've played 6 cards each, and we've played the 6 exact same cards. Yeah, they play an Elvish champion, and I don't think they fully realize that this is going to kill them, because, well, yeah, 3, 3, 4, 3, 3, yeah, anyway, we have Azuri, so they die. What basically happens here is, after I play the Azuri, I think they then realize that everything has Forest Lock, and not just, well, yeah, them, so, yeah, they die. That's just this game, like, they played an Elvish champion, and then they died. So, bye-bye opponent, see you in game 2. So, yeah, everything is just huge here because of the Azuri, nothing can be blocked. And this is something that you see a lot in the Elves mirror, and I can't believe that I'm talking about a lot in the Elves mirror, like this deck is actually seeing any real play. I do love this deck, but it's not being played a lot, let's be real. So anyway, I bought in the Walking Ballistas because they should just completely control our opponent's board here. They play a Llanowar Elves into an Elvish Clan Caller, so they're on the old version of this deck, the other version that I played a while ago. Yeah, that was also good. I like both of these lists. So yeah, we make 3 mana again, play an Elvish Archdruid. I'm not playing the Walking Ballista here because I want to wait as long as I can to make sure that I kill as many of their creatures as I possibly can. But that really bites me here because I get collected company and they hit an Elvish Archdruid. I hadn't fully realized that they're playing a lot more laws than I do, so now all of their creatures are really, really, really big, which is a problem. So yeah, we end up lead the Stampeding here, drawing 3, which is great. And we draw a Heritage Druid, so what we need to do now is survive for 1 turn. So I just end up dumping everything and then just making a ton of mana. Oh, no, I end up dumping everything and then hoping to survive the 1 turn. Why is nothing happening here? Oh, I edited wrong. Okay, anyway, I end up just playing the Walking Ballista and start killing their Elvish Clan Caller in response to them searching up. In response to them top decking the Elvish Clan Caller. So now they get to play 2 Lords, which means that I'm, yeah, literally there. I hadn't realized it at this point because I'm just doing the Walking Ballista thing, kill your Lord, kill your other Lord, etc, etc. But I'm Xaxis dead here, so that sucks. Oh, no, I'm way more than Xaxis dead anyway. So yeah, I should have won that game because I should have just used my Walking Ballista on that, or on my turn. So yeah, easy. I should have won that game. My fault, totally my fault. Then we play a Walking Ballista on turn 2 to kill their Heritage Druid, because Heritage Druid on turn 1 means they don't have a Mana Elf, which means they have a very slow hand, so slowing them down even more could be very worth it, especially considering that we don't have a second land, so I need to buy the time here. And they start attacking in with the Scavenging Ooze, And I just, on turn 4, play a second Elvish Mystic. I figured I would draw a land at any point here, but I didn't. Then I get a Lead the Stampede, so I get a Llanowar Elves and a Heritage Druid, which is nice. Lead the Stampede has been very good these games. And now they're just pumping out the Lords here, so they're just pumping up the jam here. And we play Heritage Druid, and now we just dump her, and you can already see the fast forward happening. So we're just going to play a ton of creatures here. Twinings Elite happens. And we play a Llanowar Elves, and now we tap 3 Elves to make 3 mana. And I believe I play Elvish Visionary here. Oh no, I go for Collected Company. Yeah, that seems better as well. So I get rewarded with Elvish Archdruid and Twinings Elite. Yeah, so now we have a lot of board, and we end up blocking here. And I don't block the Scavenging Ooze here, figuring I'm going to 3, but I just completely forgot about Shaman of the Pack. I just haven't seen one this entire match. I just hadn't thought of it. So yeah, I lost 2 of those games that I should have won. Which sucks, but happens, you know. I gotta get over it. I took a walk after that first match. I was really pissed at myself for playing so terribly. Anyway, match number 2, they open with Leyline of Sanctity, which means Modern is a healthy place after all. And then they play an On Thin Ice. So my opponent is on, 9 lives control, which is our prison. Our Solemnity combo is also what it's called. So what that deck is trying to do is make sure that I can't deal them damage anymore. And so with that in mind, I just start dumping as many creatures as I can. But they, play Solemnity, play Fraction Unlife. And this means I can't deal them damage anymore. So what happens, the Solemnity says they can't get counters, and the Fraction Unlife says they get damage in poison counters. So I can't deal them damage anymore, that's why I conceded there. So game 2, they start with On Thin Ice again, then they play a Ruined Halo on Elvish Mystic, because why? Why would you do that? But yeah, they do, so yeah, there. Anyway, I play a Collected Company, hits Elvish Archdruid and Heritage Druid, yeah. And then I lead the Stampede for 2 of the Shaman of the Pack, which is just fancy-pantsy. Kind of useless in this matchup, actually, but it's good as long as you hit them before the Fraction Unlife. So I make a ton of mana here, play an Azuri Renegade Leader. And then, they play their Fraction Unlife again. So this means I need to hit them for 20. And then I need to hit them for 10 again in the next one. I can't be like deal 30, count 10 as poison. You can't do that. So I actually get, kind of unlucky here. Now, unlucky is not a word. I just don't get there on the damage. I get them to like 3, I believe, here. Yeah, so I get them to 3 of the triggers. So now I need to play the Crater Root Behemoth to make sure that I have it next turn. And yeah, so now I'm just attacking in, making sure that they go to minus a lot. I believe it's like minus 36 or minus 38 or something. Like something big. Yeah, minus 38. And you didn't see that, but that boss was like 5 minutes in real life. So be glad that I edited that one out. We bought out some stuff. We just need to be as fast as possible. I keep this because we have a Force of Vigor, which is our only real answer to the combo. And game 3, they start off with an On Thin Ice. Who would have guessed? So they play us a Solemnity again. We play a Twinings Lead. I'm just putting as much pressure on the board as I can. That Lotus Bloom takes down and comes into play. Yeah, it adds 3 mana. It's just a Black Lotus now. And then they play at 9 lives. I've played that deck before as well. I kind of enjoyed it. Not really my cup of tea, but I did enjoy it. For like one time. So anyway, I end up just end of turn Force of Vigoring their Solemnity and their, I want to say Black Lotus, but their Lotus Bloom. Because I need to make sure that I can actually put counters on the 9 lives. So Solemnity and 9 lives works the same way as Fraction Unlife and Solemnity. And, oh man. So that's a lot of fast talking. Anyway, 9 lives gets counters when you hit them, but you can't get counters with the Solemnity. So now I just need to make sure that I get 10 counters on them. Or 9 lives or 9 counters. Let's do that. So we attack with a lot and they concede. Then for our next match, we have a mulligan and to a mulligan. And our opponent reveals Gigant of the Wellspring. So I'm like, oh, they're on Tron or something. So I try to keep a fast hand. And then they play an Akum Hellhound. This is also a deck I've played before, but I've never had so many weird brews in a row, which is really cool. I really enjoyed this league. So Heritage Druid happens. I play another Elvish Mystic, pay 3 mana. Let's see, yeah. I pay 3 mana. 3 mana. I play Lead the Stampede. I should have Lead the Stampede here, for sure. I get it. I wanted a blocker here, because they are going to do me a lot of damage. So they play a ton of lands, and then they end up part to exiling me anyway. So this is 5 and 4. This is nice. I go to 6 here. Should be right. Yeah. Oh man, it actually looks like I know what I'm doing. This is so cool. And then I lead the Stampede and only draw a Shaman of the pack, which is really disappointing. I really needed more blockers here. And they just kill us on the board. Like, we're just dead on board there. So on for game 2. Yeah. No, something went wrong. The fade-in was wrong. Anyway, we died. We were dead on board. So they play an Steppelinks. And I play an Elvish Mystic and a Llanowar Elves. Yeah, Heritage Druid happens. So I kind of messed up here. I should have played the Heritage Druid and then the Dwynen's Elite. And I would have ended up with everything on the board. Instead of just one of the Dwynen's Elite. Because I would have had a token more. Got the Dwynen's Elite. Got tap for 3 again. Then play the rest. So yeah, I kind of messed up here. It happens, you know. Don't think it matters. I think this matchup is actually very good. Because yeah, this is just how these games play out. I have 7 creatures. They have 2. Even despite them missing lands. I just think we are favored in the matchup. Elves just tends to do well against Zoo. Because you're just like, here's my hand. Good luck, you know. And especially the unfair versions of Elf just go way over the top of Zoo. So yeah, we're just getting pounded down here again. They have a flyer. They have a bunch of landfall triggers. Rushfire Elemental basically, yeah, just kind of beating me down here. Path to Exile happens on my Lord as well. So yeah, we're just getting overrun here. We're just not keeping up with this. And this is just this deck being very fair. And like cards like Nissa are just too slow, I think. It's just really hard to play a 4-drop in Modern. That's just a fair 4-drop. So anyway, yeah, we are just dead on board here again, I believe. Are we? We can't block 5. Yeah, we're just dead on board if they attack. Which they don't for some reason. No. We're still dead on board. No, I did do it right. We are still just dead on board. Yeah, so we die to Naya Landfall. And then we get to this matchup. And I'm like, oh no, what is this? Because Steam Vents into Serum Visions can be 100 different decks. But then they play Grapeshot. So I know they're on Storm. And yeah, they remanned our Elvish Archdruid, and I'm not gonna lie, I do not think this deck has a Storm matchup. I just don't think we have one of those. They weren't on sale this week, we just don't have one, we didn't pick it up. So be it, because they play Gifts Ungiven at end of turn 4, we've dealt them 4 damage, so man, they must be peeing their pants right now in terror of our 2 Grizzly Bears. And yeah, then they're just gonna go ahead and kill us, so yay, Modern! But to be fair, this is just us not having this matchup covered at all. Because it's turn 5, they're killing us. Like, they took their time, we dealt 4 damage. It's like, yeah, man, this is just, you don't have this matchup covered at all. In the sideboard, I think I would like some Thoughtseizes or Inquisitions or something. Just something against combo, except the Necromancia. Because look at this mana base, I just can't cast it. Yeah, so we take out a bunch of stuff that's way too slow. The Nissas are just gone every matchup. We keep this because we have a Leyline and now we pray. And then we play a Llanowar Elves. And yeah, then we play another Llanowar Elves because we don't draw a land. And on their turn 2, they go Pyretic Ritual. For mana, more mana. Lightning Bolt our Elf. More mana. So yeah, Leyline doing work here, getting rid of all the rituals. But yeah, we are going to lose horribly to this Empty the Warren. So that kind of sucks, you know, it happens. Yeah, this list definitely feeling very fair, which is, yeah, not just my not my cup of tea. This deck is way fairer than I like my Modern decks. I mean, if you want to be this fair, you need to be running like Thoughtseizes and stuff. So after that invigorating matchup against Storm, we get paired against Dredge, which is just always nice. But we get a Lead the Stampede for 4 costs, which is just fun. Just turn 2, Lead the Stampede, draw 4, be like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and draw 4. So, yeah, they conflagrate our Bobber. We actually drew so many cards of the Lead the Stampede that we can get back into this. Normally, if you get Wrathed with this deck or just get your creatures killed, you're kind of done. But we drew so many cards. It's so nuts. Yeah, we play an Elvish Archdruid here to make sure that I could have dumped the 3 Llanowar Elves and Elvish Mystics and stuff. But I don't do that here because I want to make sure that my creatures actually survive a conflagrate instead of just being wiped out again. And then they play an Ox of Argonas, and I'm like, yeah, I'm probably dead here. Like, I'm at 13. Stuff is happening. I'm probably gonna get Creeping Chilled 4 times. So there's the first Creeping Chill. And then they just conflagrate me or something. But they hit a knock on me when a Creeping Chill and nothing else. So I get really lucky. They have a really bad, Dredge. Oh yeah, and the Silver Smite goal, but I don't Silver Smote goal, but I don't really care about the Silver Surfer goal. So yeah, now I'm just dumping the elves. Those are all just free now because they cost 1 and they make a mana in the Elvish Archdruid. So they're just free elves, and free spells are always really broken. And this is just the kind of turn that I do really enjoy with the elves. Like, just be like, okay, tap this, make 4 mana, draw a bunch of cards. Like, this feels good. You know, this is like where you're just getting powered up, you're doing stuff. Like, the fair mid-range decks just aren't that great in Modern. And because you either have the control decks that go way over the top of them, Dredge that ignores them, or Burn that just raises them. There are good mid-range decks in Modern, don't get me wrong, but they are very few and far between. So at this point I'm like, oh, I'm probably dead, but they end up attacking with only the Narcomoebas, which tells me that they just have nothing, which is fantastic for me. Yeah, now I just play a Shaman of the Pack and kill them, I believe. I do that. I don't remember anymore. Like, for those of you wondering, I record these matches like 4 or 5 days in advance and then just edit them like 1 a day. So it's sometimes, oh no, I draw a Crater Hoof Behemoth and decide that that's way more fun to kill them with a Crater Hoof. So I just put a Crater Hoof on the stack, let the trigger happen, and they conceded here. So yeah, we were going to punch them really, really, really hard, just like Dredge deserves. So that's nice. For game 2, we have a Leyline of Vitality and a Leyline of the Void against Conflagrate. We keep because we have a Leyline of the Void. We're just hoping that they don't have an answer for it. They play Mountain. Yeah, so I play Guildleaf Palace, reveal an elf, play the elf, elf comes into play. Just great stuff, just invigorating gameplay here. Turn 2, they play a Golgari Thug, and I'm like, yeah, you don't have it. So with that being said, we just play more elves, and in response to that, they concede, so GG's. So after playing those games, yeah, I don't think Nissa of Shadowed Bars is very good, to be honest. I think because it's just a bit too slow for Modern. For the rest, yeah, this elf deck is absolutely fine. It's a lot more fair than what I'm used to and what I like playing. Like, I definitely miss the Nettle Sentinels. I like those a lot. Yeah, Collected Company is still great. Lead the Stampede was actually very impressive. I should play that card more myself. For the rest, Elvish Champion, yeah, it's a metagame call, I guess. I wasn't very impressed. I'd rather have something that draws more cards. But as I already said, I prefer my elf decks to be a lot more combo-y. So yeah, I just wanted to try this out. The deck seems fine though, although I would definitely take out the Nissa of Shadowed Bows. Yeah, I just don't think it's very good. Crater of Behemoth seems absolutely fine. It's just a big dumb green win condition. You can use all sorts of stuff. Crater of Behemoth definitely the most fun one. The sideboard, yeah, not gonna lie, felt pretty bad. I get why the Leyline of Vitality is here, but I don't think you want 4. I could see going down to like 3 or 2 or something like that. I would want some more Abrupt Decays or Assassin's Trophy. I think I would just have something instead of Necromancia. Perhaps a Surgical Extraction, perhaps something, I don't know. Maybe some Scavenging Oozes, something like that for the graveyard. Otherwise, I think I would want something else that just stops that combo with... I don't know, the double black is just so rough on the mana base. It's so hard to cast this one fast enough. So I take this out as well. Leyline of the Void is fine. You can also play Scavenging Ooze in that slot. Force of Vigor was very impressive. I think you actually want the third one of these. I liked it a lot. And Walking Ballista, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's fine. I don't know. If you want to play it, play it. If you don't. Like, it's a bit of a take it or leave it card. I wasn't super impressed with it in this deck. With all that being said, as always, thank you for watching. Yeah, just leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you can. It really helps the channel out. And with that, thank you and have a nice day.